Welcome to the Tough Decisions Network. This is your tip of the day. Be sure to visit toughdecisions.net to sign up for our free weekly entrepreneur email, where we send you news about the latest technology for your business, inspiring quotes, and the latest entrepreneur books. That's toughdecisions.net. Before we get started, let's hear from one of our sponsors. Have you ever thought about investing in real estate, but find yourself so busy that you don't have time for it? Do you have FOMO, which is the fear of missing out? At HandfordCapital.com, we help investors with passive real estate investments that project better returns than traditional investment vehicles such as the stock market. If you'd like to find out more about our passive real estate investments, visit HandfordCapital.com. That's HANDFORD capital.com. We will jump on a call with you to discuss your investment goals and to see if our investments are a good fit for you. This advertisement is not to be construed as an offer or recommendation to buy or sell a security. Visit HandfordCapital.com.
Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Dennae, and I'm giving you tips on how to lead your millennial employees. Today's tip is teach the millennial employees how to give and receive feedback. Teach the millennial employees how to give and receive feedback. I think there's a couple of things that we should think about in regards to this area. Number one is that many of these millennial employees do not have a very high self-esteem. And we're going to come back to that in a later tip. But first, let me just say, I don't personally love the term self-esteem, but it is a hot term in the psychology and parenting world. So we'll use it here because I think it best expresses what we're trying to address. And that is, many of these millennials do not have a very high self-esteem. Now, a lot of them have an air of confidence about them, and that's due to the fact that this group has been really the first children, the first group to grow up in a generation where they were constantly told, "You're awesome, you're great, that was unbelievable," even if it wasn't. This is the group that grows up and, started the participation trophy, or rather, I guess their parents started the participation trophy trend. So it doesn't matter how well you did or how much you achieved. You came and you did, maybe you didn't even do your best. Maybe you just showed up and you get a trophy. So their self-esteem, I think that children intuitively know when they didn't really do a great job, but yet here someone is telling them, "Great job, you're awesome, you're incredible," and they're going, "Well, I didn't really do anything." And so they have a low self-esteem, but yet everyone's been trying to make them feel good about themselves, and so they've been told that they're awesome all the time. So bring in an employer who tries to give them direction, who tries to give them constructive criticism, and they don't know how to respond to that. For many of them, it might be, this is hard to think about, but for many of them, it might be the very first time that anyone has told them, "Hey, this was not done up to standard. Let me show you how it needs to be done." And so that's kind of a culture shock moment for them. Many of them have not been given the opportunity to face a problem and figure things out and work through their own problems. I think as parents, that's a really important part of our children's experience that we let them have. Learning to deal with and work through a problem. Now, obviously, as parents, we're there and we want to help and we want to offer advice. And I think there's a time and a place for that, but there is also a time when we have to let our child just work out a problem. And once they do that, they can develop a confidence and they can develop an air of confidence based on fact and based on experience, not based on, "Well, my mom said I was awesome." And so when we're leading these millennials, we need to teach them how to give and receive feedback. We need to teach them what the purpose of that feedback is and how they can also contribute to their fellow employees' success by giving feedback to them correctly. Teaching how to give and receive feedback is a super important thing for you to do for your millennial employees to make them better employees, but also to create an environment where you're encouraging them to be a leader themselves.
Thank you for listening to the Tough Decisions Network. Visit toughdecisions.net to sign up for our free weekly entrepreneur email. That's toughdecisions.net.